Hi, I ended up finding a very powerful way to release any limiting belief that ever came up. And one of the things that really helped me on my journey was creating a reason why I want the thing. Because when a limiting belief comes up, it's the thing that blocks us and stops us. It's a story we tell ourselves that we're not good enough, that there's a fear if I show up this way or express this boundary, this person may be upset with me. And it really turns out that's their stuff to deal with. It was always my job to honor and respect myself and my voice and my boundaries and relay the message in a loving way. And do it sooner than later, because if I ever had waited too long to even never set like a boundary, just an example, you kind of start getting in a worse mood, and whatever that person ends up doing would trigger you even further. It's like just the way they place their toothpaste would drive you nuts. All right. And this is something that helped me a lot, is realizing, why do I want the better relationship? Why do I actually want to communicate my feelings better? Because of course I want a better relationship. I want to be in a vulnerable, expressive, loving relationship, romantic and non-romantic. That's just an example. And my reason on why was always so strong, that it gave me the courage to break through the fear of, what if I do say I need to set this boundary? Am I afraid if this person will leave? Am I afraid that it'll get rejected? And what I learned is, the more, as gut-wrenching it may have felt to assert my needs, because I was so used to not ever doing that, the more I did it and the more I took action in doing that, the easier it got. And that helped me get over my limiting beliefs on fear of the outcome. We're always fearing the outcome. That's why the belief is there, because of a past experience that we experienced. That somebody told us that we're not good enough, or they didn't like our shirt that day, so we stopped wearing that shirt. And if we allow ourselves to buy into that story, it becomes a limiting belief. And that will also drive your state, your emotional state. And if you're in a bad mood, probably not going to get very much done. When you're low on energy, feeling more lazy, more tired, more Netflix and chill and Hulu and do you, like, I'm going to go ahead and do me and avoid everything else in the world. And another thing that helped me get rid of a limiting belief, which was called perfectionism, which is always still fear of the outcome. Is it going to be good enough once I release this thing? Are people going to like it? Well, I made it more about, like, is it good enough for me at the time? Is this all I realize to my conscious ability of where I'm at? Is this my best at the moment? And if it is, then I will release it. And that's part of what drove me to be able to make content like this. Is the which I had to let go of that belief. That limiting belief. Like, there's already tons of people making great content like this, and I watch them. There's already Tony Robbins, and there's already Jim Rohns, like, Abraham Hicks, Bashar's, whatever. They're all out there, all the spiritual and all the motivators and all the people that are practical psychologists. And it's like, what's my reason on why I want to do this? Because I struggled so much in my life, and all these people helped me, and I gained this knowledge base. And now I really want to help people release their limiting beliefs. Because to have the life that you actually want comes from releasing those beliefs, the stories you tell yourself. Because that story will drain your energy. And if you can shift the perspective to maybe all the things you experienced, even those toxic relationships, were supposed to happen that way. So you could learn how to set boundaries. And once I learned how to start doing that, my life started shifting, because I started applying it into everything. I started realizing, wait a minute, maybe it was supposed to happen this way. It's happening for me. I would have not become who I am today had I not experienced the trauma and the tragedy of my dad abusing me and all those things. I would have not become who I am, because I would have not been seeking ways to evolve, and I wouldn't have wanted a way to share it. So if you create a big enough reason why, and here's the tool I challenge you to realize, is create leverage for yourself, a strong enough reason on why you want to do this thing, And I guarantee you, as you start taking action, regardless of how you feel, your why is what's going to keep you going. Because when you want to change your life, when you want to be in financial freedom, when you want the healthiest relationship of your life, when you want to be the best version of yourself, even for that other person, believe me, that why is going to drive you so much to create real change in your life. And you're not going to stop. And you're going to persist until you get there. And then when you get there, there's going to be a new version of you. So it's important to realize the story you tell yourself and how it affects your energy. And once you can create that why, all you have to do is keep taking action. Because you will learn through taking action. That is the best way to learn. You will always find something new in the unknown. Except you got to get out of your comfort zone and keep taking action without fear. So place that boundary, talk to that friend, have that hard conversation, and do it out of love. And go create that thing. Go create that art piece. Maybe start that business. And don't be afraid, because you're going to have to fail to succeed. And that's what I had to learn a lot of. I think we're all learning this all the time. We're all failing to succeed. And it doesn't matter if you fail 1,000 times, because at the end of the day, you'll learn 1,000 ways not to do that thing. And eventually you will get to where you need to be, because every no is going to lead you closer to a yes. So have an alchemizing day. Namaste and peace out. Much love.